I've been asked to size this ring of 9 sizes. Now, I've done 9 sizes and more before without too much of a problem, but this is going to be a nightmare for 2 reasons. Firstly, those stones, they're tanzanites, and they're actually touching girdle to girdle. So the minute you start opening out a ring and changing the shape of the head, those stones are more than likely going to press together and possibly break. So that's the first problem. The other problem is that it's hollowed out the shoulder on both sides, because the way to size these is to cut the shank and pull the shank out to get a piece in, and I haven't got a lot of room between the hollowed parts to pull it out. So you can imagine if I tried to bend out the shoulders where they're thin, then the shoulders will start buckling as well. So what I've got to do is turn this round ring into an oval ring like so and get it to the right size. So the other problem is, how do I know what size it is when it's oval? I'm not going to get a reading on the ring stick. So the way I do it is to find the size that it's go up to and just test it on my finger. Luckily enough, it fits my middle finger there. So that's what I'm going to have to do now. The customer is going to have to accept that this ring is going to go on sideways as it goes over the knuckle, and then twist it into position. So welcome to my nightmare. Here we go. I'll first open it up at the joint. And there's a little bit of discoloration there where the solder was, so that's how I knew where to cut it. And that's just a matter of being very careful. Just start to bend it out, and I'm going to try and bend from the shoulder, just keeping an eye on the shape. So that would be a normal amount to size a ring, so I'd be happy with that, but it's going to change shape quite a lot and it's nowhere near the right size yet. Just checking out how it's shaping up on the shoulder. Not too bad. Take it further towards the stones, pull it out a bit more. See, there's quite a large piece to go in there, and you'll also see that I'm not getting any reading on my size stick. I've still got to get it to that point there, but it's really changing shape. And I'd say I've still got about 4 sizes to open up. Starting to stress a little bit there, but that should polish up alright. Now it's getting pretty close. I'm going to have to risk just pulling it open closer to the stones. I can see there's a little bit of a gap there, so I might get away with that. That's a hell of a piece to put in there, and that's about it. So once it's on the finger, it will twist around. So that's what I gotta fill in there. Flatten the ends first. Got this old 9-carat scrap ring I can use. It's the same, well, it's a little bit wider and it's a little bit thicker, so this will save me time rolling the piece. I'm going to just make it a little bit bigger than the gap, because it's still quite tight going on my finger, so this will give it an extra probably half a mil. Okay, that's not going to hold itself in there, it's just a little bit too big, so I'll just pull it out a little bit more. Yeah, I'm going to have to change the angle of the ends there so that it'll fit in. Okay, that fits in. And taking no risks with the Tanzanite and just resting it in my crucible with wet tissue. Oops. This will protect the stones. They'd probably be okay, but I've come this far. It'd be a shame if I break a stone unnecessarily now. So just line up one end. Okay, it's lined up. Not too worried about the other end now. I'll just get that soldered, then I'll let it cool and do the other side. A nice sharp flame. Got my solder. Make sure the piece doesn't come off when the flux is drying. Just need to budget over a fraction. I'll just get the solder in place first. Get a bit more gas. There we go. Okay, that joint's done. I'll let it cool. You can hear the water hiss there. Just line up the other side. It's already fluxed, so be ready for the solder now. It's lined up. I'll put it back in the crucible. Okay, I'll let that cool and then I'll put it in pickle. So check out the shape of that. Almost like an egg shape now, but it's not a lot of choice. I'm going to put it on my ring stick just so I can make contact with the joints and shape the piece as best I can. Show you how it looks on the ring stick. That's the size it has to be. That's the shape of it. No choice. So now I'll clean it up. Now before I clean the shoulders up, I just want to show you how they look. And this is the part that I was more worried about. Not so much the stones, but you can imagine putting a lot of bend on that hollow part there. Could have buckled it, and it's really hard to repair it once that's misshapen. So you can see it's, with a light sanding, it'll come good. Just being very careful, tapping just at the point where the shank comes to the shoulder, and I just want a better blend at that point. Not too bad now. I'll take it over to the polishing motor now and get it finished off. It's important to let the customer know that any risk is on their side and not on your side, and that you'll take all due care to do the job as best you can, but even if you have to sign something, don't take full responsibility. This is normally a job that I wouldn't handle. I wouldn't risk. It was very close to collapsing here. Very important that you have a very firm grip with your pliers and keep the whole thing nice and tight, so you don't want to like suddenly lose control and the whole thing kinks off. So make sure the customer knows the risk involved, and they're prepared to take that risk, and it's not on your head. So you didn't get to hear me swear today. It worked out okay. Shaped like an egg, but to the right size. Hope you enjoyed.